Warning, this video was recorded before the premiere of Survivor 42, but with that said, this is the official Russell Muscle TV boot list of Survivor 42. The official boot list I have faith in for how Survivor 42 is going to go. I believe this boot list is so good that I submitted it into the Survivor Specialist seasonal boot list game. Obviously, there is no actual boot list spoilers in this video, simply my thoughts in the order of eliminations that we'll see play out in the coming weeks. Before we get into the list, you should know every week during Survivor 42, we will be giving away Survivor buffs for free. Yes, that's right, free. If you like free things or you're a Survivor super fan, you should 100% subscribe to the channel right now as we're slowly closing in on 2,000 subscribers. Please drop a comment down below with your Survivor 42 boot list predictions and be sure to enter the Survivor Specialist boot list game. I'll leave a link down in the description on where you can enter.
Everybody's favorite game. We don't have a link yet for you to participate.
18th place, we have Zach Rodenberg. Zach is going to be on the Ika tribe, which in my opinion is one of the weaker tribes this season. The Survivor community online is already making comparisons to the classic superfan nerd archetype, where Adam Klein has even commented how he's excited to play Survivor again. The Survivor 42 cast overall doesn't seem over the top game body, meaning a player like Zach or Adam Klein is going to have a hard time and possibly annoy his tribe mates with constant conversations about Survivor strategy. 17th place, we have Jenny Kim from the Vati tribe. If you remember how Survivor 41 started, we had two tribes going to tribal council during the first episode, and I predict we'll see the exact same thing happen here, and that's why my number 18 and 17 spots are members of the Ika tribe and Vati tribe. A lot of people have Jenny much higher on their list, but my issue is normally the older woman slash leader type do not do good in the early parts of the game when you need any reason to vote someone out. I hope I'm proven wrong, but I'm feeling some Natalie Napalm energy.
So that stinging sensation you feel in your eyes right now, that's a Natalie Napalm. Get off of my island.
16th place, we have Roxroy Bailey, once again from the Ika tribe. If you're starting to catch on, then you'll notice I think the Taku tribe is the strongest out of the bunch and will probably have the best chance making it through the pre-merge. My issue with Roxroy isn't so much Roxroy personally, but his archetype on Survivor. I love the energy he's given off, but a lot like Abraham or Tom Laylaw, or any older man playing Survivor for that matter, for whatever reason they don't do well, and you can't play an old school type game in Survivor Season 42.
In terms of like having the fire, getting food and stuff like that, that sticks in people's minds. It's like, wait, hold on, I don't know if I really want to vote Rox off. If he's catching 2 fish a day, I'm eating.
15th place, we have Mariah Sharon, and the only member from the Taku tribe that I have going home pre-merge. Well, kinda, but I'll explain the exception a little later in this video. Anyway, think of this tribe as Luvu 2.0, as they have tons of physical competitors like Jonathan and Lindsay. But do you want to know who isn't a challenge beast on this tribe? Mariah Sharon. And for that reason alone, I have her going out pre-merge, because if this tribe ever loses, unfortunately being the older woman is just an easy scapegoat. 14th place, we have Mike Turner. And just a heads up, my early prediction is that Vati will be going to tribal council the most during the pre-merge of this season. So think of this tribe as the UA 2.0. Once again, Mike is someone I think we would have a lot of fun watch play Survivor far past the 5th boot of the season, but just how this tribe is laid out, I think it'll be an easy vote when you look at the younger members possibly coming together and singling out the old dude. But the younger members on this tribe won't be safe for long, as the 13th place contestant is going to be Lydia Meredith. Lydia Meredith going out here is unfortunately the result of there being nowhere left to hide in a season with 3 tribes. My top prediction is Vati will target their older members first in Jenny Kim and Mike Turner, but after that I think the clock will be ticking for Lydia. This girl is straight up weird, and only time will tell if she'll be funny and likable weird or annoying weird.
I hope I'm perceived just kind of as like the loving, fun little sister, you know, that like will gather all the knowledge that I possibly can.
12th place is a tricky one, because if we are following the same format of Survivor 41, then this will be the hourglass debacle. If you forgot how that works, basically winning the challenge turns into losing the challenge, and this challenge just so happened to be one of the most physical in Survivor 41, guaranteeing that an athletic, physical, or power player would be voted out here. And I think that makes this the perfect spot to have Jonathan go. He is by far the biggest person on the cast, and being able to get him out of the game just before the individual portion makes the most sense.
So if we have a stew, and this is me in the game, I'd get a little southern hospitality, a little strength, a lot of service to my team, and I'd mix it all up, baby.
11th place is going to be the merge boot of the season. Currently, Ika and Taku both have 4 players remaining, and Vati only has 3 players remaining. This makes the most sense for the larger groups to easily target a member of the Vati tribe, similar to what we saw in Survivor Co. Wrong. I think this is the spot for Daniel Strong, as I see Chanel and Hai being a strong duo that will make it much farther in the game. 10th place and 9th place kind of go hand in hand if we are using Survivor 41 as a baseline, as this was the moment in that season when the remaining 10 players were broken up into 2 separate groups going to separate tribal councils. These 10 players could easily be broken down into millions of different possibilities, so this is where some luck needs to be on my side, as I'm going to be throwing out Romeo Escobar at 10th place and Drea Wheeler at 9th place. Romeo is sitting at 10th because I just can't get a good read on him, and Drea at 9th place because I just think she won't play a highly strategic game because she wants to protect her huge 600,000 follower Instagram fitness brand. 8th place we have Omar Zahir, an original Taku member, but with only 8 people left in the game, I see the Vati and Ika members now teaming up against Taku. Omar is going to be a fun character to watch that I don't think can win the game, but will be getting tons of screen time all season long with his confessional gold.
Acting like a pigeon, something that's non-threatening, but really I'm gonna be like the owl in the night. You're not going to hear or see me coming until you're dead and Jeff is snuffing your torch.
7th place is another super tricky spot, as this was the point in Survivor 41 where we were introduced to the do or die twist. Chanel Howell, our 28-year-old executive recruiter from New York, New York. 6th place will be the last boot before the final episode of the season, and in classic Survivor fashion, having the fan favorite player coming just shy of the finish. Think Christian from David vs. Goliath. Anyway, in this spot we have Marianne Okage. I think Marianne will easily be someone that the hardcore and casual fans alike will root for this season, and with her contagious smile and laugh, I think 6th place is the perfect spot for her, as this is where you start to focus on getting rid of those likable threats who have a big chance of winning the game. Think Elaine Scott.
This is horrible.
Elaine, Travis spoke.
We are now in the top 5, baby, and much like the same reasons why I think Marianne will come in 6th place, I think we'll see Jackson Fox coming in 5th place. The interviews make it seem like Jackson Fox will be a positive force throughout the entire season, and someone like that just can't be allowed to make it to the end. There would have been 2 Taku, 2 Ika, and 1 Vati member left, so I see Hai teaming up with the Ika players to take out Jackson. Final 4 in Survivor means the fire making challenge. Lindsay is the biggest physical threat left, so I think she'll win the challenge and force Hai and Swati to fight it out in the fire-making duel. Once again, this could go either way, but I'm gonna say Hai Young will be the fire-making loser, making him the 4th place finisher of Survivor 42. Final 3 means that Lindsay Dalowich, Tori Meehan, and Swati Gould all have a chance to plead their case to the jury for the title of sole survivor and the $1 million prize. Simply due to her age and being the youngest member on the cast, I think Swati Gould will come in 3rd place, making her the 0-vote finalist. My final 2 is consisting of Tori Meehan and Lindsay Dalowich, and even at the time of recording this video, I keep going back and forth on which one of these players I think is going to win the game. If you haven't checked out my power rankings with Full and Masters, I gave Lindsay the 2nd place finish and Tori the win. But this time around for the Survivor Specialist Bootlist game, I'm flipping it around and having Tori Meehan coming in 2nd place. I think Tori will play a fantastic game of Survivor, but my issue is I think she'll be playing the game a little too hard. And if she makes it to the end, the jury might judge her for making big moves just for the sake of making big moves. When everything is said and done, I think Lindsay Dalowich will walk away with the title of sole survivor and the $1 million prize for Survivor 42. Check out the link in my bio to take part in the Survivor Specialist Bootlist game.